As you guys see the poll on Twitter that I posted a couple of days ago, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter will be down below in the description. As you guys see on the top left-hand corner of your screen. I said a poll on Twitter a couple of days ago. I said, what do you guys want to see for Top 5 Fridays? Either Top 5 Hell in a Cell matches, Top 5 Greatest Rivalries, Top 5 WrestleMania main events, or Top 5 Undertaker matches of all time. 21 of you fine people voted on this poll, and 48% of the vote got Undertaker matches of all time. This video today, I'm going to give you guys my perspective, my top 5 greatest Undertaker matches of all time. Now, with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. If you guys want to see these top 5 Fridays every single week, smash that like button as hard as you possibly can. If this video gets at least 7 likes on this video, I will post another top 5 video next week right here on the channel. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Comment down below. What is your top 5 greatest Undertaker matches of all time? I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear your top 5. Also, guys, share the video on your social medias, on your Facebook, your Twitter, Instagram, whatever you guys are using on social media. Share this video. Also, if you guys are new and watching this video for the very first time and you're visiting this YouTube channel for the first time, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn that bell for all notifications. Let's begin with this top 5 video that I'm going to give you guys. Top 5 greatest Undertaker matches of all time. Now, this list, I'm not going to hold you guys. This list was very difficult for me to make. And you guys know that Undertaker is my all-time favorite superstar in the history of professional wrestling. Undertaker is my favorite, all-time favorite. I started watching him. I remember vividly. I was watching WrestleMania 12 at home with my father and my brother. And Undertaker was going one-on-one against Big Daddy Cool Diesel. WrestleMania 12. The Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim, California. And how he just carries himself in the ring. You know, he's a big dude, 6'10", almost 7 feet tall, walking amongst the top rope. I'm like, huh? Can you do that? I remember asking my father that. Can you do that? And my dad says, do what? Can you walk around the top rope like that and without falling? And then my dad goes, son, he's holding Diesel's hand and as he's walking the top rope. Oh. Would you fall? No. That's what me and my dad said. But I remember watching that matchup and I said, yeah, I love professional wrestling. And that's what got me into the Undertaker character. I love this character. I mean, my favorite gimmick of all time is the Phenom. That's my all-time favorite one. I mean, that's my all-time favorite. The Dead Man, the Phenom, you know, the Dark Side one. I mean, yeah, I do like the American Badass. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. Big Evil, I liked it. Ministry of Darkness, Corporate Ministry. Ooh, those are some of my all-time favorites. All-time favorite moments there. But I'm going to give you guys my top 5 list right now. Now, before I go on with this top 5 list, man, like I said, this was very, very difficult for me to make. Now, I know there's a lot of Undertaker matches, but I literally went through the network literally for 2 hours. For 2 hours. For 2 hours. Just scrolling through, oh, was this match good? Was this match good? No, this match wasn't good. Hey, this match is okay. I did that for 2 hours straight. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, the top 5 list I have right here on my phone, which I have right here on my phone. I've watched all of these matches today. I watched it in the afternoon. And I'm telling myself, this is my top 5 list. If I was to ever make a top 5 list and send it to WWE, I'm giving them this list. And I hope you guys agree with it. If you guys don't agree with it, let me know down below in the comment section. What is your top 5 greatest Undertaker matches of all time? Starting at number 5. I was there at that Pacific WrestleMania. I was there. I remember I had a horrible weekend that weekend. I was at MetLife Stadium, WrestleMania 29. And that same week, I was at WrestleMania, I was at Access, I was at the Raw after WrestleMania at the old Izod Center in New Jersey. And then I got that call the next morning that my cousin had passed away the next morning. So I'm looking back at WrestleMania and I'm watching the Undertaker's entrance. Now, Undertaker's entrance at WrestleMania 29 is my all-time favorite entrance, just all time. It's all time. I remember how Paul Bear died around that WrestleMania season back in 2013. I think he passed, so I think around March. I'm not too sure. If you guys know, if you guys remember, let me know down below in the comment section. But I remember Taker was paying tribute to Paul Bear. And then CM Punk just interrupted his whole tribute. And I found that pretty, I mean, from a heel standpoint, it was genius. But at the same time, you saw what Punk was saying and doing during the whole promo. He knew he didn't want to do that. Which led to the Punk Undertaker match at WrestleMania. My number 5 is Undertaker versus CM Punk at WrestleMania 29. This is his whole entire streak. Obviously, Taker beat Punk that time. And Taker went 21-0. And I'm thinking, and I'm looking at this whole entire streak of the men that he's beaten. You know, the championships he's won at WrestleMania. I said to myself, out of this whole entire streak, 21-0, impressive. Never to be duplicated ever again. Punk was the 3rd closest opponent in Taker's entire streak that was so close to beating him. There was a spot in that match where Punk has Taker on the top left turnbuckle. And Taker was about to do the last ride on Punk. Punk asked for the urn. Paul Heyman gives Punk the urn. Hits the Undertaker on top of his head with the urn. Taker falls down. And I'm thinking to myself, the streak cannot end this way. With Paul Bear passing away, can you imagine that happening? I'm like, no, there are 3 hits. 1, 2, and I'm saying, kick out! Taker kicks out. Taker kicked out. And I was like, wow. Like, imagine Taker losing to Punk on that sequence. Taker, man, this matchup was really good. I love this match. I was there, obviously, for 29. It was one of the best matches I've ever seen out of Taker. Yeah, sure, he looked like he was going towards the end of his career, but to be honest with you, it was a fantastic match. I think if you looked at WrestleMania 29's card, that matchup with Punk stole the show. Stole the show. Fuck Brock and Triple H. Fuck Del Rio and Swagger. Fuck Cena and The Rock Part 2. Oh, once in a lifetime. We got to see that twice. You mean to tell me that's once in a lifetime? We could see it twice? No. Taker and Punk, their matchup at WrestleMania 29 stole the entire night. Just loved it. Taker and Punk, my number 5 for my top 5 greatest Undertaker matches of all time. Number 4 on my list. I have to say, it has to be Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. WrestleMania 26. Career versus streak. Now, what can I say about this match? Was this match better than their match at WrestleMania 25? No. If you saw that whole entire matchup, they tried to duplicate what they did the year prior at 25. That failed. 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 There was also a spot in this match where I thought Shawn was going to beat the streak. Shawn does a moonsault on the Undertaker. He hits it on Undertaker's leg. And Taker sold the shit out of that leg that night in Phoenix. He sold the shit out of that leg injury. And Shawn does a moonsault on Taker on the announce table. And Michaels is trying to bring Taker back into the ring. So Taker rolls into the ring. Shawn gets back up in the ring. Hits Sweet Chin Music. And I'm thinking to myself, is Shawn really going to end the streak? So the referee counts 1, 2, and on the last microsecond, Taker kicked out. Now, obviously, you saw that matchup. They tried to reduplicate what they did at 25. That obviously failed, like I said before. They tried so hard to do the same thing that they did back at 25. The difference is between their matchup at 25 and 26, nobody expected this match. Nobody expected that kind of match that Taker and Shawn did at 25. No one expected it. And yeah, Taker and Shawn at 25 was the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. Of all time. Of all time. They tried to do the same thing here. They tried to recreate that magic at 26. They couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it. It took Taker literally, I believe, 2 tombstones. And then Taker hit the tombstone on Shawn. Shawn kicks out. So Taker is like, what the fuck do I gotta do to beat this man? What the fuck do I gotta do? So Taker pulls off his straps. Shawn is just crawling onto him. Shawn is looking up at Taker. He does this. The throat slash. And Taker's like, what the fuck? So Shawn gets up. And I swear to God, what I mean this now, when Shawn Michaels slapped the shit out of The Undertaker, he slapped him silly. So Shawn is up, looks at Taker, slaps the shit out of him. Taker's wobbly. He does the freaking eye rolling thing. He tosses him up for a tombstone. He wanted to add more force and a lot more empathy to this tombstone. So what Taker does, he doesn't do his normal tombstone. He picks up Shawn upside down and he jumps as high as he possibly could. Puts Shawn in the tombstone. 1, 2, 3. Shawn's career is done. Shawn's career ended at WrestleMania 26. Career versus streak. Like I said, it was a fantastic match, but was it better than 25? Not even close. Not even close. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 26. Career versus streak. My number 4. Number 3. This is one of my favorite Hell in a Cell matches of all time. One of my favorites. You guys know what's my favorite all-time Hell in a Cell match. Undertaker versus Triple H. WrestleMania 28, Hell in a Cell, end of an era, with Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee. Now, Taker and Triple H had a crazy rivalry. Back in 2011, Taker came back. Remember that 2/21/11 segment? That whole shenanigans thing? Many people thought, oh, it's Sting. Oh, it's Sting. No. It was The Undertaker. Taker comes back. And then right after Taker took off his hat on Monday Night Raw, Triple H comes back. So then this was the only time I loved this segment. Triple H comes back. Taker's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Mind you, in this whole entire segment, no words were spoken. Only face expression showed. So Taker and Triple H go face to face, eye to eye. So then Taker looks at the WrestleMania 27 sign. Triple H does the same thing. So Taker smiled at Triple H like this, puts his hat back on, and leaves the ring. And right when he's about to leave the ring, Taker thinks about it. I retired your buddy at WrestleMania the year before. Why don't I face you at WrestleMania? So Taker goes back, goes to Triple H, does the throw slash, and then that matchup became official between Taker and Triple H. That matchup was no holds barred. WrestleMania 27, Taker beat Triple H. But Undertaker, from his standpoint, he felt like he lost at WrestleMania 27. If you guys watch WrestleMania 27, Taker, for the first time in his entire career at WrestleMania, he never walked out on his own power. He had to get the medical staff to get the cart. They had to put Taker in the back and carry him out of the arena. So Taker felt like he lost this match. Even though he won, he felt like he lost the match. So, we go to 2012. The night after the 2012 Royal Rumble. Right when Triple H was about to fire John Laurinaitis, we get that gong that spreads out all over the entire arena. And Taker makes his return. Triple H, the COO of the company at the time. Triple H was just beginning of not only being COO of the company, I think it was the beginning of NXT. It was the very beginning of NXT back in 2012. So Taker comes back. He looks at the WrestleMania 28 sign. Triple H says no. So Triple H walks out of the ring, and Taker's just pissed. I'm like, so I came here for no reason. I'm here challenging you to a match at WrestleMania, and you're going to say no. So Taker kept trying and trying and trying. So that one segment of Monday Night Raw, Taker tells Triple H, the reason why you won't accept this match at WrestleMania because you can't do anything, because you couldn't do something that your buddy Shawn Michaels could not do. Taker speaking the truth there. So Triple H comes back to the ring, accepts his challenge. So he got Triple H versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania. And according to what Triple H said, on one condition. This ends at WrestleMania. Whatever happens at WrestleMania between you and me, this ends. But on one condition. If I face you at WrestleMania, this has to be inside Hell in a Cell. I'm like, oh boy, this is getting fucking good. So then a couple of weeks later, we got the announcement that Shawn Michaels was going to be the guest referee. It's going full circle. Shawn is the guy that fought Taker twice, back-to-back WrestleManias. Taker's the guy that retired Shawn Michaels. And if The Undertaker's fighting Triple H, who's best friends with Shawn Michaels, and Shawn is the guest referee. I thought to myself, this is going to be good. Watching this whole build between Taker and Triple H, this matchup was going to get good. And damn it, that matchup. Was that matchup better than Rock and Cena at 28? Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. It's up there though. It's up there though. But if you saw the entire matchup between Taker and Triple H, it was just a fantastic match, dude. It had everybody on the edge of their feet, on the edge of their seats. It had everybody up on their feet and everything. This was just phenomenal. The story that was told, just fucking phenomenal. Taker's entrance had the 50-foot wall of flames. Just fucking epic, bro. It had an epic, it had that big fight feel in Miami that year at WrestleMania. Shawn was the guest referee, and there was a point in that matchup where I was thinking to myself, there's going to be a point in this matchup where Shawn is going to screw The Undertaker. So Taker picks up Triple H, about to do the tombstone. Triple H counters it, pushes Taker to Michaels. Michaels gives Undertaker the sweet chin music. Taker falls to Triple H, gives him the pedigree. Shawn counts 1, 2, Taker kicks out. And I'm like, wow. Shawn really tried to end the streak. And mind you, coming in this matchup, Shawn even said, I have the streak in the palm of my hand. Now think about this. Triple H could end the streak, but Shawn had the power in his hand to end the streak. Great telling shit. Great telling. Just perfect storytelling. Just perfect. Then Taker just had a steel chair, just beat the shit out of Triple H. Gives him a tombstone power driver. 1, 2, 3. Taker wins. Taker goes to 20-0 at WrestleMania. I thought in this matchup, Taker was the greatest in-ring performer in WrestleMania history. There's no way you can come back from that. Getting hit with a super kick into a pedigree, that beats any opponent. But that didn't beat The Undertaker. Taker has that natural superpower shit when it comes to WrestleMania. It's just fucking epic. Number 3, Triple H versus Taker, Hell in a Cell, Shawn Michaels, special guest referee, end of an era, WrestleMania 29. That matchup is number 3 on my list. Which takes me to number 2. This matchup, this Pacific match, to this day, is still talked about as the greatest Hell in a Cell match of all time. And I think you guys catch my drift. King of the Ring, 1998. Hell in a Cell, Undertaker, and Mick Foley. What the fuck do I say about this match? You watch the matchup on the network. That matchup, that story of that matchup tells itself. Now, I'm looking at it here in my notes here. I saw the documentary that came out, I believe, like in the summer of last year, where it was the 20th anniversary of that match. And I watched that. I think it was a 15-minute documentary. I think it's somewhere on YouTube, or I think it's on the network. I believe it's on YouTube. Mick Foley was telling people about that matchup, how dangerous it was, how Mankind almost died during that matchup. And I didn't know about this because back then in 1998, I wasn't really aware of what was going on until obviously you get older. And then when you get older, you get a whole lot wiser, smarter. Then you see what happened back then. So, Mankind said on this documentary of the 20-year anniversary of Mankind and Taker, Hell in a Cell, King of the Ring, when Taker chokeslammed Mick Foley through that Hell in a Cell and onto the ring, Foley said if he chokeslammed more like this with his head hitting the ring first, he would have died. Because he landed awkwardly. And if he would have landed even more awkwardly, and on top of that, the bottom part of the steel chair, the chair that sits on the floor, those 4 parts of the chair, one of those hit Mick Foley right in the mouth. And when you saw Mick Foley smile to the camera, it was just all full of blood. And I'm thinking to myself, watching this live on pay-per-view, isn't he dead? Like, how can a man like him? And I said this when I was watching this live. A normal man does not survive this. They really don't. They really, really don't. And I'm thinking to myself, why is this man still walking after this? A normal man, after taking that type of punishment, I wouldn't move. If I was to go through the same thing that Mick Foley went through, I'm not moving after the first fall. Fuck the second fall. The first fall when Taker tossed Mick Foley, I'm done. I'm done. When Taker tossed Mick Foley off the Hell in a Cell into the Spanish announce table, I'm done. I'm thinking to myself, this match is over. There's no way Mick Foley's going to continue with this matchup. No way. So they have to raise the cell so the stretcher can go through. So Taker is still on top of the cell. And I'm thinking, this motherfucker, bro, my God. Wow. What? Shit. So Foley in the stretcher took off his mask. Foley in the stretcher is just going around the ring and onto the aisleway. And as soon as the stretcher went to the aisleway, the cell lowers down because they have to get Taker off the cell. So once Taker got down from the cell, the stretcher in the middle of the aisleway just stops. So Taker is climbing down to the cell. All of a sudden, and I've seen this documentary on YouTube, Taker is just waiting. He's on the far side of the cell, and he's watching through the cell walls to see what's going on. So Foley got up, and I'm like, no. No. And I'm watching this live as a kid. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy is not human, bro. You fall off 20 feet from the top of the cell to the Spanish announce table. There's no way you can continue. So Foley is walking. And referee Earl Hebner and his twin brother is trying to stop him. So Foley says, get off. So Foley is climbing on one side of the cell. Undertaker Taker had that shocked face. He's like, holy shit. So Taker climbs up. Foley is struggling to climb on top of the cell. Taker gets there first. Then Mick Foley gets there second. Mind you, the chair is still on top of the cell. So Taker's walking to Mick Foley's side of the cell, gives him a headbutt and a right hand. So from there, Taker grabs Foley by the throat, choke slams him through the cell. And my God, I'm getting goosebumps right now just by even talking about this and just thinking about it. The landing that Mick Foley had, my God, I thought that, and even Taker said it himself. Taker said after the second fall, he thought Mick Foley had died after that second fall. He even said it himself. He thought that Mick Foley legitimately died during that chokeslam. After that chokeslam, and the way he landed, just crazy shit. Unbelievable. And then Taker, after that was over, give me a second, guys. After that was over, Taker tries to climb down. He breaks his ankle. When Taker went down to the ring, breaks his ankle. So I'm thinking to myself, are they going to continue with this match? Watching it as a kid, I'm thinking to myself, are they going to continue with this match? So my brother goes and tells me, yeah, Chris, they got to continue with the matchup. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, they have to. You know, it's advertised. I'm like, wow. All right, whatever. Sure. So they're locking the cell door. And I'm like, bro, they're continuing the match. And then I'm asking myself, did the bell ever ring during this whole thing? My brother comes to me, says no, the bell never rung. I'm like, ring the bell. Ring the bell. So the match goes on. Taker chokeslams Mick Foley through thumbtacks. No, actually, Foley is in Undertaker's back. Taker falls on the Mick Foley, and Foley's whole back and his head hits the thumbtacks. So Foley's rolling all over the thumbtacks. So Foley gets up, Taker grabs him by the throat, chokeslams him again. This time through the thumbtacks. So then Mick Foley gets up, Taker gives Foley a tombstone. 1, 2, 3. My God. My God. The respect I had for Mick Foley just went up through the roof. Literally and figuratively. No pun intended. The respect that I have for Mick Foley after that matchup. I thought he died on more than one occasion during this matchup. I thought Mick Foley had died. Like, what type of a man gets tossed off of a cell, goes through the announce table, climbs up the cell, then gets choke slammed through? And I remember watching the documentary. Mick Foley lied to Miss McMahon. Vince asked Foley, "Have you got up to the top of the cell?" He says, "Yeah." "Are you comfortable going on top?" He says, "Yes." Mick Foley was shook. Mick Foley was shook by the time he got up there. That night of the King of the Ring, Mick Foley was up there for the first time, complete shook. It showed during the matchup. It showed. My opinion, Taker and Mick Foley, Hell in a Cell, the greatest Hell in a Cell match of all time. Just the greatest ever. Taker and Mick Foley, King of the Ring 98 Hell in a Cell, number 2 on my top 5 greatest Undertaker matches of all time. And then we go to number 1. I said this time and time again on social media. The greatest Undertaker match of all time was Taker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25. And the funny thing is, I reviewed this particular pay-per-view yesterday. That video of Throwback Thursday will be down below in the description. You guys know my entire feeling towards that match. Taker vs. Shawn WrestleMania 25 is heavily regarded to this day the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. Now, if you guys saw my Throwback Thursday from yesterday, I reviewed that matchup and that pay-per-view. You guys can go back to the video, which will be down below in the description. You guys are going to know full detail on how I felt about that matchup and that whole night. This matchup between Taker and Shawn Michaels took the crowd out of this whole entire event. And I said it yesterday. Match order was going to be crucial. This match happened third to last. The other 2 matches were the World Heavyweight Championship Triple Threat match and Triple H versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. By the time we got to the main event of that night, the crowd was just dead. The crowd was dead. Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25, lasted a half hour. Just straight up back and forth. Just the perfect match. Just the perfect match. The story that was told, just nothing but epic. And obviously, to this day, people still talk about this match. Like, people just don't appreciate the greatness of The Undertaker. They just don't. I do. Taker's my greatest, is potentially, in my opinion, the greatest of all time. And people just don't appreciate the kind of effort he puts into the ring. Yeah, sure, he's old. Yeah, sure, he's at that age where, you know, his career is ending. Sure. But when one day he's going to go in the Hall of Fame, a lot of people are going to appreciate him. This technically put like this: Undertaker is the last part of your childhood if you was born in the 90s. He's part of your childhood. He's been part of my life. This matchup between Taker and Shawn just told a perfect story. And honestly, there's not gonna be another type of match like that. The matchup that Taker and Shawn had, how the story told, how the match went, how everybody was invested in that night, in that match. People were going for Shawn, people were going for Taker. All 16-1, all 17-0. I love this match. I loved this match. Just fucking phenomenal. Fantastic. It felt like a big fight feel between Taker and Shawn. What else can I say about this match? What else can I say? Matchup was perfect. Shawn made that one mistake. Taker gave Shawn two tombstones. The first tombstone Taker hit on Shawn, I thought it was over. Shawn kicked out. The whole building goes fucking crazy. Then from there, Shawn gives Taker a super kick. I thought the streak ended there. When Shawn gave Taker the super kick, I thought it was over. I thought it was over. But Taker kicks out. And then Shawn made that one mistake. When Shawn was going up to the turnbuckle and Taker was just getting up, struggling getting up, Shawn does a moonsault. And at the nick of time, on the last second, Taker reacted, catches Shawn Michaels during the moonsault, applies a tombstone, does the tombstone, referee counts 1, 2, 3. Perfect ending. It was just a perfect ending to a perfect match. Shawn made that one mistake. That one mistake, and it cost them everything. What else can I say about this match? If you guys want to know what I said about this match, go back to Throwback Thursday. Like I said, that video will be down below in the description. Taker and Shawn, WrestleMania 25, 5-star classic, my greatest match of all time, out of the Undertaker. Oh boy, that is it for your Top 5 Fridays, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this Top 5 Friday, smash that like button as hard as you possibly can. Comment down below what is your top 5 greatest Undertaker matches of all time. Share the video, share it among yourselves on social media, to your family, to your friends, co-workers, whoever you want. Share this video. Also, guys, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn that bell for all notifications. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. Ring those bells for all notifications. Tomorrow, you guys are going to get episode number 4 of the Wrestling Fan Podcast. I have a ton of news for tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. The content I've been giving you guys this week, and you guys are just showing love and support. I truly appreciate it. Keep on with it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video también. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 4 of the Wrestling Fan Podcast, where we go all the news of all this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode number 4. Talk to you guys later.